Hello everybody, welcome to Fruitful Trees. It is August 3rd, 2025, and the mango season is pretty much coming to an end. I still have mangoes hanging on some of my trees, and I'm in the process of cutting my trees, and I did an update recently I posted here, but today I was able to get access to some budwood, and I wanted to get this budwood on my trees and coming up to an understanding, seeing how my trees did for a final evaluation of what my plan is going forward. So somebody wanted some budwood from me for my emerald tree, so I gave it to them, and they have a lot of mango trees, and I was able to get some really cool budwood. So my lemon zest is a tree that I wish it was doing better here in South Florida, but it's not doing well. And I'll show you here in a little while. I top worked my lemon zest, and I wasn't sure what I was going to top work it with, but I have a Son Pari tree, which I'll show you, that's planted too close to other trees. So when it grows up, it's not going to be in the best spot. So I'm thinking ahead, and I went ahead and put, I got 3 pieces of budwood from my Son Pari tree, and I put it on my lemon zest, and one of them seems like it took. But then I have a friend who has a Son Pari tree, and he gave me a ton of budwood just now, and I just put it on the tree. So that'll be one side. And the other side is Alampur Baneshan, which I have a small tree that I might put in the ground. It's a slower grower, but I've just been thinking about putting on that tree for quite a while. I had put a 4026, a still 4026, but it didn't take. It wasn't easy to get that budwood, but it didn't take. So I put that side Alampur Baneshan, and then I don't have that many trees to put budwood on, but somebody gave me an Indian one called Banganapalli, which is pretty good and not a lot of people have. So I have a seedling growing in my yard, and I didn't know what I was going to do with the seedling. I took some budwood from the seedling and put it on a already grafted tree to see if it's going to turn into anything exciting. But I still had this tree that I cut back recently, and it had some good wood. So I took some of the Banganapalli and I put it on this tree, and I'll show you in a moment. And then I have my fruit cocktail, which is a nice tree with a good split in it. So I put some Banganapalli on one side of that. So let me show you this now. Okay, so here is the seedling tree that I have in the corner of my yard, like literally the corner of my yard, and I just threw a seed there, and it's grown quite well. And as I said, I took some budwood from this and put it on another tree to see if it turns into anything special. And that'll fruit a lot faster. That's what people ask. Why would you take budwood from the seedling tree and put it on a grafted tree? Because if I just leave this grafted, it might take up to 7 years to see if a mango comes out on it. Chances are it might not even be good. But if I take budwood from this tree and put it on my grafted tree, in 2 years I might have some mangoes, and I could tell if this tree is going to be a good tree or not. But in the meantime, what I did here was I took budwood from my Banganapalli, and it's not the best location here, but I just want to make sure I can get something from this. So I took the budwood from my Banganapalli. I have 4 pieces here, and I put them on the tree to see if it'll grow. And I'll show you my fruit cocktail tree in a moment, and I put some on there as well, which is in a much better location. Now, I'm done with cutting all my trees in this mango land yard. I have 4 more trees to cut. And this tree really took off this year. This is my Super Alfonso, and it's really, really tall. So as you can see, this banana next to it here, I just left 1 branch left to get it, but I cut the rest, and I'm going to cut this banana out because it's kind of blocking the sun. But this went really tall, and I'm about to cut this back right now, and I'll show you when it's completed how it looks. There's 1 or 2 hanging on there. I was waiting till they fell off, but I think they're ready to pick. And here's an example of some of my other trees that I did cut back. And this is my buttercream, which I was thinking I'm going to need to cut it out because it was too close, because from my guava mango to my Super Alfonso is 20 feet, and with 10 feet in the middle is my buttercream. But if I keep these trees small, it might actually work. We'll see. Definitely, when I cut that back, I might be able to get another more year out of this, but we'll see. And my gram tree still has a good amount of mangoes on there. It's a second bloom, so this is another one I'm waiting to cut back. This is a gram tree. And then I have my dot tree. Here's my phoenix that I did cut. And so I still got to cut the gram tree, the super Alfonso. My white Pari, I cut back some of it, but I still got to cut back the top part there. There's just one mango hanging on there, so I wanted to wait. And then my dot tree. And there's a good amount on the dot still. So those trees are the trees I'm waiting to cut back, and I might get at least 2 of them done today. Just trying to be proactive, keeping the trees short. So many advantages to keeping the trees short. But here's my fruit cocktail that I did cut back. There's 1 or 2 still on there, but I went ahead and I put the Banganapalli on here. I was able to get 4 grafts on there. So we'll see if they take. Hopefully it will. And this is a nice tree with a nice split. So I can easily tell which side is going to be that. And I do have access to more of the Banganapalli Budwood, so that'll be nice. But 4 trees left to cut, folks. At least mango trees. I got the gram, super Alfonso, the dot, and the white Pari. And I'll go ahead and show you in the other yard the lemon zest, how that's looking in a moment. And then I'm going to cut these trees and then I'll show you. And somebody said, why didn't you show us how you cut the trees or cutting the trees? Well, I'm one man here with one camera and it's not that easy. But it's pretty basic. I'm just going to lower it. Nothing special. I'm just going to lower the height. And what I do with that is I take this pole, which is 10 feet. And I'd like to keep the trees around 12 or 13 feet. And they grow around 3 feet per year. So that pole is 10 feet. So I'm trying to cut it to 10 feet and I'll let them grow another 3 feet. So this tree here now is probably 15 feet. I don't want it to get any bigger than this. So I definitely got to cut it and do that now. Okay, everybody, I just did it. I trimmed back the super Alfonso. And also, I trimmed back the white Pari. And now all I have left to trim for the season is my dot tree and my gram tree. All my trees will now be under 10 feet, except my lemon meringues, which I'm leaving taller for their situation. All right, now let me show you the lemon zest tree and what I did there. Okay, so here's the lemon zest tree. And here, this side is all Son Pari. And I normally don't put plastic bags on it, but it's been super hot. I used to put foil, but people told me that might not be the best thing, so I'm just experimenting with the bags. But this is all Son Pari, and over here we have the Alampur Baneshan. And I had one 4026 in here, but I don't think it took successfully. So we'll keep an eye on this. I still might leave one lemon zest branch, but we'll see how this project goes. All right, everybody, another Sunday. I try to get this stuff done in the morning time because it certainly gets super hot in the end of the day or middle of the day. And August 3rd, still have a loaded tree of sweet tart. Sweet tart, just such a beautiful compact tree. I'm going to keep it compact and just must still be 20 or 30 mangoes still on there. Sweet tart. Anyway, there it is, everybody. Thank you for watching. Put your comments or questions below. And I hope you enjoyed this update. And I'll keep you updated on these projects. Have a great day and keep growing.